After watching this video, many of you will avoid dark places at night because the voice I heard that night helped me. It didn't belong to any human. Let's begin. This is what truly happened to me that night. Before I begin, I want to make one thing clear. This isn't a creepypasta, and it isn't a story I read somewhere online. This happened to me last year during my final shift as a night security guard on Miller Road. I still don't know what I saw, but I'm sure it wasn't human. I used to work as a night security guard at an old storage facility on Miller Road. It wasn't a busy place, just long, empty hallways filled with metal storage units and a small office for me. The building was old, built in the late 70s. Everyone who worked there felt uncomfortable at night, but I always believed it was just the lonely atmosphere, until my last shift. Around 2:15 a.m., I received a radio call from my supervisor. Supervisor, static voice. Unit 4B reported movement. Can you check it out? That wasn't normal. Nobody rented Unit 4B. It was empty for years because, according to staff rumors, a man disappeared inside it 12 years ago. I thought they were joking. But when I checked the monitor, Unit 4B's motion sensor light was blinking. I grabbed my flashlight and walked down the hallway. The closer I walked to 4B, the colder the air got. Not slightly, freezing. When I reached the unit, something felt wrong immediately. The metal lock was open, and the door had a small gap, like someone had gone inside. I slowly pushed the door open. Inside the unit, there was nothing but an old chair and dust everywhere. But when I pointed my flashlight at the back wall, there were fresh footprints leading to the corner. Human footprints, bare feet. But the footprints didn't come from the door. They started at the corner, like someone had appeared there. Before I could process it, a voice whispered, unknown voice, soft, close. Help. Me. I spun around. No one behind me. No one near the door. The voice came from the dark corner where the footprints began. That's when I saw it. A shape, almost human, kneeling in the darkness, facing the wall. Its back rising and falling like it was breathing. I took a step back. Sir, are you okay? The thing slowly turned its head, but not like a normal person. It twisted around far too slowly, like bones grinding. And when its face finally faced me, I froze. It had empty eye sockets, completely black, and its mouth was stretched too wide, as if someone cut it open from ear to ear. It smiled, not a friendly smile, a hungry one. Then it spoke again. You opened the door. My flashlight flickered, and in that split second, the thing stood right in front of me, inches from my face. It didn't move. It just appeared. The smell of rotten soil hit my nose. I ran. I sprinted down the hallway toward the security office. Behind me, I heard metal scraping, like the creature was crawling along the walls. When I reached the office, I slammed the door and locked it. I checked the camera feed, and I wish I hadn't. On the screen, the creature was crawling on all fours through the hallway, but its head was turned fully backward, facing me. It stopped in front of my office door and slowly rose to its full height. Then, it smiled at the camera. The feed cut to static. I grabbed my keys and ran out the back exit, straight to my car. I didn't look back until I reached the highway. When I finally looked into my rear view mirror, there was nothing, just darkness. I quit the next morning, but the part that haunts me the most? 2 weeks later, the new night guard called me, new guard on phone. Hey, did you ever hear someone whispering near Unit 4B? Last night, I swear I heard someone saying, help me. I told him to quit. I don't know if he listened. If you ever work the night shift and you hear someone calling for help from a dark corner, don't go closer. Some things in the dark don't want help. They want company. After I quit the job at Miller Road Storage, I tried to forget everything. But the thing I saw, it didn't stay inside Unit 4B. It followed me. And last month, something happened that proved it. I moved to a new apartment, far from Miller Road. No storage units, no long hallways, no locked metal doors. Just a normal place. For a few weeks, everything felt fine. Until one night, Around 3:27 a.m., I woke up to a sound, a soft, slow tap, 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 coming from my bedroom door. At first, I thought it was my neighbor. Thin walls, old building, no big deal. But then the tapping stopped, and a whisper slipped through the door crack. "You left the door open." My blood turned cold instantly. That was the same voice I heard inside Unit 4B. I sat up, frozen. My bedroom door was closed, but the voice was inside my room. Then, my closet door creaked open. Very slow, very deliberate. The kind of sound a door makes when someone is inside, pushing it with their fingers. I grabbed my phone flashlight and pointed it at the closet. The light landed on the clothes hanging, still, unmoving. But then I noticed something on the floor. Footprints, dusty, bare, same shape as the ones from 4B. And they didn't lead into the closet. They started inside the closet and stopped right at the edge, like someone was standing there just seconds ago. Suddenly the clothes parted, like something brushed past them. Then the voice whispered again, but closer. "Why did you leave?" The door opened. I ran. I didn't wait to see it. I bolted out of my apartment and down the stairway barefoot, phone in hand. I didn't even lock the door behind me. At the bottom of the stairs, I ran into my neighbor, an old man who lived on the second floor. He looked shocked. "Son, who was that standing behind you?" I turned around. No one was there. Just the stairway I came running down. I didn't go back upstairs. I sat outside until sunrise. When I finally went back into my bedroom, the closet door was wide open, and written on the wall in dusty finger marks were 3 words: "You opened it." That same afternoon, I got a text message. Unknown number. It said, "Unit 4B is open again." No name, no details, just that one sentence. And then, minutes later, another message. "It wants you back." I blocked the number instantly. But the part that scares me the most, I never told anyone what unit number it was. So how did they know? But what's inside Unit 4B? You need to understand something. What I saw in those nights wasn't a story. It was real. And whatever lives inside Unit 4B is not human. I spent weeks holed up in my apartment, terrified every time my phone buzzed. The messages kept coming, and I knew I couldn't avoid it forever. If I didn't go back, the fear would only grow. Finally, I made a decision. I would return to Miller Road. It was 2:40 a.m. A cold fog hung over the street like it was waiting for me. The building loomed, silent, oppressive. I walked straight to Unit 4B. The door was slightly ajar, exactly like the text had said. "It's calling for you." I took a deep breath, unlocked the padlock, and pushed the door open. Inside, darkness. The smell of dust, rot, and old metal filled the air. I knew I was not alone. I turned on my headlamp. In the corner, I saw the crooked footprints again, not leading out of the door, but starting from the corner, as if whatever made them had appeared there. Then I saw it, a shadowy humanoid shape. But it wasn't human. No color, no eyes, no mouth, just a glowing, pale silhouette, swaying slightly as if breathing. And then it opened its face. Not a normal face. Its body emitted voices, not whispers, not screams, but 1,000 voices at once, burrowing into my mind. "You opened the door. Now I stay with you." I stumbled backward. The floor beneath me wasn't dust or dirt. It was a liquid darkness, spreading toward me like thick smoke. I ran, down the hall, my footsteps echoing, but with every step I felt it growing closer. The air thickened, and the voices repeated over and over, "You opened my door." I made it to the security office. Slamming the door, I checked the cameras. On the screen, it was nothing human moving out of 4B. The shadowy figure glided slowly, silently, its face always turned toward me. I tried calling for help, but the feed froze. Static filled the screen. The door shivered as if something was pressing against it. No sound except that unfamiliar screaming whisper now inside the room. I realized then, since Unit 4B was opened, it never stays silent. And the only way to survive, not closing the door, keeping it open. Because once it's been seen, once the door's open, whatever's inside will follow. And I know now it doesn't want help. It wants company. Final warning, if you ever hear a voice calling for help from a dark corner or empty storage unit, don't go closer. And above all, don't close the door. Because some shadows never want to be helped. They just want someone to stay.